we are a sick country today. When my uncle was president, 6% of American kids had chronic disease. Today, 60% do. And it's the biggest issue. It's $4.3 trillion, 5 times our defense budget. We're spending 2 or 3 times per capita more than Europeans spend. And yet we have the worst health outcomes in the world. The more we spend on medicine, the unhealthier we get. But what is it that is causing us not to see that? What is it that's causing us to constantly feed this beast that is making us more and more sick all the time? It's a corrupt political system. It's the subversion of our democracy. And don't you want a healthy country? We have 2 presidents who are running today. 2 ex-presidents. One is the current president. They both had 4 years in office. They couldn't be more different than each other. If you look at their personalities, their dispositions, how they relate to the world, the ideology that drives them, that they articulate all the time. They couldn't be more different. But the issues that they're actually disputing on are a very narrow Overton window. It's what Nicole was saying. It's guns, it's abortion, it's the border, it's trans rights. These issues, they're all important, but none of them are existential. None of them are the issues that really matter to you, to me, to our children. The issues that really matter, they never talk about. Nicole said they're starting a little to talk about it because our campaign is forcing them to do it. We have a $34 trillion debt. The service on that debt is now costing us more than our defense budget. Within 5 years, 50 cents out of every dollar that we spend is going to go to servicing the debt. Within 10 years, 100% of every dollar we collect in taxes is going to service the debt. Have you ever heard of President Trump talking about how he's going to end the debt crisis? No! Have you ever heard of President Biden talking about it? No! They can't talk about it because they're the ones who ramped up the debt. Half of that $34 trillion came from them. President Trump spent $8 trillion, ran up for $8 trillion during his term. Yep. It was more at that time than every president of the United States, from George Washington to George W. Bush, 283 years of history. President Trump came into office saying, I'm going to run it like a business. I'm a businessman. Trust me, we need a businessman to run it like a business. Exactly. And then he closed down all of our businesses. 3.3 million businesses. Who would do that? Who would do that? Do you want a president who's going to close down all of our businesses? Well, we have 2 presidents who've shown that they're willing to do that. And he ran up, he lifted $4 trillion from the American middle class to this new oligarchy of billionaires. And the other issue, this is an existential issue for our country. We cannot keep running on this debt. We need to figure out a way to invest in things that are actually going to grow our economy, rather than more wars. President Trump and President Biden. President Trump did say that he was going to end the war machine. But then he brought John Bolton in to run NSA. So we put a swamp creature in charge of training the swamp. And then 2 weeks ago, he gave a big bear hug to Speaker Johnson and to President Biden, and they agreed to send $64 billion more over to Ukraine. Wouldn't you rather that $64 billion be spent here in the United States?